Before entering the prison, the man had carefully swallowed a wax capsule. However, upon arrival, he was caught off guard. The warden announced that all incoming inmates were required to take a strong laxative. None of the prisoners wanted to comply, and naturally, the man refused to be the first. At that moment, the warden pointed across the room to what he called the dissection chamber. Anyone who refused the laxative would be sent there instead. Under such a threat, the inmates had no choice but to comply. After the purge, guards began searching through the waste with batons. It didn't take long for someone to uncover a suspicious object, a wax capsule identical to the one the man had swallowed. In reality, he was an undercover agent. His mission was to infiltrate the prison and rescue a captured chemical expert. The capsule contained a set of microtools essential for the escape. He had assumed swallowing it would ensure its safety from inspection, but he had clearly underestimated the prison's protocols. The warden walked over, picked up the capsule, and held it up for everyone to see. All eyes turned to the man, but instead of accusing him, the warden grabbed another inmate. Unbeknownst to them, the man had designed a clever mechanism inside the capsule. Once compressed by the esophagus, 3 small tubes would eject, anchoring it in place. If it wasn't retrieved within 16 hours, it would become fatal. Now, 15 hours and 45 minutes had already passed. He had to act immediately. The sharp tubes were scraping his throat, and blood had begun to rise in his mouth. Yet, he was placed in an interrogation room, forced to wait and watch. He could feel the capsule inching closer to his stomach. It was time to initiate the emergency protocol. The capsule contained one final safeguard. If the chest experienced a heavy blow, it would trigger barbs to pierce the esophagus and force the capsule out. With no other option, the man began provoking the warden, mocking his inability to extract information from a chemist, let alone break a trained soldier. The insult had its intended effect. The warden, infuriated, ordered the man to be suspended and flogged. But the beatings weren't sufficient to activate the capsule's mechanism. With only 5 minutes remaining, the man pushed even harder. No prisoner had ever dared to taunt the warden so boldly in his own prison. The warden raised his fist in rage, ready to strike. But just then, a voice interrupted. He turned to find the prison boss standing there. Given the man's former high-ranking status, the prison boss did not want to create unnecessary conflict. He halted the warden and issued a direct order. No further violence against the prisoner. But the clock was still ticking. The man was out of time. Now the question remained. What could he possibly do next?